Hello, and welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. And from today, we will begin looking at a short series of beers from one of the best breweries in Japan, best craft beer breweries in Japan, and that is Kyoto Brewing Company. And they are located in Kyoto, Japan, which is the ancient capital. It was the capital up until around 1860 something. I don't know the exact date. 1869, I think, when the capital moved to Tokyo. And this brewery was founded in 2015 by three people, an American, a Canadian, and a Welshman, who met when they were all in the JET program, Japan Exchange Teaching Program. I believe it's Japan Exchange Teaching. Anyway, they were working in that program as like assistant language teachers, I believe. And they met up in the far northern city of Aomori and became fast friends and kind of went their separate ways, but all kind of did things that were leading them to starting this brewery. I have, full disclosure, I have known the head brewer for a number of years before he was a professional brewer, when he was an excellent home brewer. And since the brewery started, I've become quite familiar with the other two founders. And they are exceptionally hardworking and experimental, and they're doing lots of interesting things with beer in Japan. The head brewer studied in the U.S. He studied brewing, and then he did an internship at Lost Abbey in California. And then he also did another internship at Shiga Kogen, which is generally recognized as one of the absolute top breweries in Japan. In the year they started, they were selected as the best new brewery in Japan by RateBeer, as part of the RateBeer Best selection. And in 2019, they were chosen as the best brewery in Japan. So you can see they haven't been sitting on their laurels at all, but working quite hard. They have a tap room. It's attached to the brewery. And these days it's open only on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Occasionally they open longer if there's a holiday near the weekend. But generally Friday, Saturday, Sunday, quite limited hours. They have three main flagship beers, which are available widely throughout Japan, and two seasonal lines at the moment. One is called Kimagure, and the other is Shunka Shuto. And the Kimagure line is generally pale ales or IPAs, that sort of thing. And Shunka Shuto is always a kind of saison style. RateBeer lists 182 different beers through February of 2021 that they have produced. And on Untapped, all of these beers have an average score of 3.71 out of 5, so pretty high. So quite an interesting brewery in Kyoto, run by three foreigners and the head brewer, and the two others who generally handle the business side of the operation. And the beer we're going to look at, we're going to start with a beer, a series of 4 beers from them, and we'll begin now. And now we will look at another beer in the Kyoto Brewing series that we're looking at. We're looking at 4 different beers. And these are all either new or limited beers. And this one is a very nice one called Kyoto Brewing Veil of Darkness in English, and in Japanese, Yoru no Tobari. Tobari is veil, and Yoru is night or evening. And this is an Imperial Stout. It's 9% alcohol, very high, and 50 international bittering units. And Kyoto Brewing is primarily well, they make all kinds of beers, but they're known for their Belgian influenced styles. And in our last review, we looked at a Belgian Imperial Stout that they made. And This is another one that they make, so they can do almost everything very, very well. 9%, 50 international bittering units, and on RateBeer, this is a 2020 version, and so on RateBeer, this one doesn't have any ratings currently, and on Untapped there are 23 ratings, and the average score is 3.91 out of 5, pretty high. And the older version on RateBeer has 9 ratings, 8 reviews, written reviews, and 9 total ratings at 3.9, almost the same as the Untapped from earlier version, or for this version. And the earlier version on Untapped has 23 ratings at 3.91, so almost all are around 3.9, so pretty high for the style Imperial Stout. The malt for this beer is Golden Promise, Carapils, Crystal Medium, DRC, Crystal Dark, Chocolate, and Roasted Barley. So these are 7 different malt varieties in here. And the last one we looked at in our last video, there were 8 varieties. The bittering hops is Merkur, M-E-R-K-U-R. And the flavor and aroma are Willamette. And the yeast is American Ale yeast. So let's give this one a go, shall we? Kyoto Brewing's Veil of Darkness, Yoru no To Bari. Not quite sure how to pour into this glass here. It's kind of an unusual shape. This is the Spiegelau's new stout glass. Okay, so this is a very, 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 I mean, it's opaque completely, very dark, with a solid finger of somewhat frothy, dark tan head. You see that? It's like cafe au lait slipping down the glass. Let's try the aroma. Okay. Okay, we get deep chocolate. Maybe a touch of coffee, not much. This has a kind of graininess that their other stouts I don't think have had. It's kind of in behind. Okay, so this has much more darker malts than the in our last review, the one we had, and I think those are largely for color rather than flavor or aroma. But this smells very nice. It's not a slap in the head, but certainly the chocolate and mild alcohol fumes coming up for sure. Okay, let's try the flavor. Nice, rounded, chocolatey, mild dark fruit. And again, something grainy. It's like a cereal kind of note. Cereal as in C-E-R-E-A-L. Again, the alcohol's more or less hidden. There's some warmth, alcohol warmth, definitely. Bittering is not pronounced, but clearly there. So as it warms, the dark fruitiness or the kind of fruity sweetness comes out. Overall, this seems primarily sweet, but it balances towards the end, but throughout the initial and mid palate, it's quite sweet. Very nice stout. It doesn't seem imperial. The alcohol is hidden. The body is medium heavy, not heavy, not thick or viscous at all. So very drinkable stout, very pleasant. This is one you should try if you happen to see it, if it appears at a beer bar or a place you happen to go, or if you want to try to buy it online. Again, these tend to be kind of limited, but you may see it. And I recommend highly that you give this one a go. Kyoto Brewing, Veil of Darkness, Yoru no Tobari in Japanese, 50 international bitter units and 9% alcohol. So try these out, and try all of Kyoto Brewing's beers. They make wonderful stuff, and you will never be disappointed, I think. So you can go online and check their website and see what they have to offer. Okay, well, that's it. We're going to move on to a different series of beers in our next video, and I hope you come along for that. Please take care. Bye-bye.